Hi, I'm John Red Eagle Bailey. I'm a psychic holistic healer, and I appreciate the community and Casey allowing me to be a part of it. I'm naming this live stream, which I know is not scheduled. A lot of times I just do things when I'm inspired to do it. And what came to me today was back to the basics. Something that my grandfather and other elders have always told me is you always go back to the basics. Let me tell you what a psychic holistic healer is, at least me. I'm the type of person that is psychically connected to both worlds, the spiritual world and the physical world. In my training in Native American legacy that has been handed down to me through my heritage, I've been able to grow this and open up to it. So being a psychic will give me the ability to connect with people as far as if people were giving you messages or anything from the other side. But as a holistic healer, it's more about my ability and my gifts to heal you in what's going on in your present life, to help you break the cycles, to move forward and have a life that's more fulfilling, so that you can fly from the inside, and that's what's most important. That's where we're at. It's not only that, but one of the classes that I'll be giving in the near future, I haven't come up with a name for it yet, is how to ascend into higher dimensions. It's training that I've gone through in the past, and also it goes back to the basics. This is a class that I will not be teaching online. This will be in person and exclusive, so that you can have the one-on-one experience wherever I may go. But as a psychic holistic healer, I can also see you mind, body, and soul. And what that means is your present life, your future, and what your past life is, and how it affects where you're at in the moment. Everything moving forward from that present moment is only through your free will. I'm a teacher, I'm an educator, I'm a healer, but I don't do the healing, you do. And that's the most important. That's what's been taught to me. So, we always get the same answer when we say, where do we get the answers? And the answers are on the inside. As a master of shadows and energy, I wanted to explain to you that this also includes the shadow side of ourselves. We do live in a physical world of duality, and there's a reason for it. So please understand that when I speak about the shadow side, it's not all light and love and blowing smoke up your ass to think that everything's fine, because it's not. You're going to have to be able to understand that there's a part of you that, through your soul evolution into this incarnation, has brought you to a point in which you really have to understand that there are two sides of you in this physical incarnation. And we'll go to that another time, maybe if you request it. But going back to the basics, what I find is that with 95% of the people that I come in touch with, they don't ground or meditate on a daily basis. And it's kind of like eating and sleeping. It's needed. It really is. If you feel off on a given day, it's because you haven't grounded or you haven't meditated. It only takes 5 minutes to really center yourself. For me, I wake up and I come downstairs, turn on the coffee pot, light up a cigarette, sit down, no electronics, no nothing. I just allow spirit to come to me. And then I'll do a little breathing technique that I'm going to show you here in a minute. And then I might do meditation, I might not. It just depends for me on where I'm at in that moment. So you have to kind of like go with the flow. Don't give yourself a regimen that you have to do specific things. my nephew Marlo was going through that problem. He's changed that over the last month, and he feels freer because of it. He was in too much of a regimen. You can't do that. So listen, one of the things that brings us back to the basics is breathing. Breathing is very important. And I was just down in Texas a few weeks ago, and one of my mentors asked me, he says, well, John, he says, take a deep breath and relax. And I went, you know, he says, oh wow, you're just way too tense. You're taking on too much. He says, and this is what I'm going to tell you right now, is that have you ever noticed a baby, a newborn baby, right? And they're so relaxed. Just relax yourself right now. Just let everything go. Just right. And when you breathe in, a newborn baby, the only thing that moves, whether it's a child, a human being, or an animal, the only thing you see moving is the belly. Isn't that cool? And so, this is how you want to breathe. You want to relax every part of your body to where it's almost limp. Now, one of the other things that I've experienced is that people want to protect themselves, energy-wise. They do a lot of protection, and they want to draw the energy in, and they want to hold space for themselves, and they're bringing it in so much, so tight, and then, you know what they do? They forget how to adjust the energy to put it back out. And I'm going to show you that here in a minute, too. But with that said, I want you to be able to remove the toxicity in your life the best that you can, whether it's a situation through work or a relationship or people you come in contact with or whatever. In other words, if you can't remove it long term, you can remove it in the moment. You know, excuse yourself. You know, they might say you're narcissistic or an asshole or whatever else, but you have to get away from it. Do it. Do it in that moment. Another next thing you want to do is you want to face your fear and enter the shadow, because that is something that you're really going to have to understand about how to do. As a master of shadows, I'm here for you. You can contact me here at the community, or you can contact me on my business page, John Red Eagle Bailey Holistic Healer, and we'll work with that for you in order to face your fears, enter your shadow, and go on. But one thing that people don't do on a consistent basis through intention in their own mindset is to open your heart and become vulnerable to a complete surrender of everything that you are. I'm not talking about your outer world. I'm talking about your inner world, you. And when you do that, you also have to go to the next step, and that's to not judge. You just offer love and compassion. Because these people that you come in contact with, it's a constant cycle of things. And the reason you're watching this video is so that I can help you and other people like me to break the cycle of your family, so that you can move forward and have that more fulfilling life. So understand that when you're able to break the cycle, it's because you're not judging the people and you're offering that love and compassion. And they're necessities, just like forgiveness. We'll talk about forgiveness sometime in the future, I hope, if I remember, because when we don't forgive and we don't open our hearts, well, you see the reflection of that in our world today, not just our nation, but in our world. And this is the cancer. I was given a great vision not very long ago that this is the reason that people are in so much suffering and pain when it comes to cancer. You have to fight against cancer. Well, that's basically like saying you're joining with unforgiveness, and that's bullshit. You're hurting anybody but yourself. So listen, before I go into that and get on my soapbox and everything else, I want you to come with me right now And if you can't, stop the video here, come back later when you have a time in which you are completely free of disturbance, that you can relax and listen to my voice. I'm going to give you a short meditation right now. And what this is to help you to protect yourself. But it's going to be the completely opposite of what you imagine. And you'll understand as you go through this meditation. So right now, just get completely relaxed, both feet on the ground, hands turned up. Begin to breathe in through the nose, and out through the mouth. Now, what some people don't know is that there is an energetic spiritual center that's right behind your belly button. I'm not talking about the chakras. This is completely different. And right behind your belly button, male or female, just think of this as like being pregnant, okay? Like, because men, you have a feminine side too, so get over your ego bullshit self, okay? And do this for me. Alright, so imagine a golf ball sized white orb. I want you, in your mind's eye, through imagination, and place it right behind your belly button. Do this rhythmic breathing. What I like to do is that you do 3 seconds in, 3 seconds out, hold, and then again 3 seconds in through your nose, 3 seconds out through your mouth gently. Now imagine that golf ball sized orb that is in your belly area. And with each breath in, as you inhale, this is a breath that expands the orb in size. So it grows. And with each exhale through the mouth, it intensifies in brightness. So just start doing that. Imagine. As you're breathing, it's growing in size and it's growing in brightness. It's going to grow to the size of like a softball or a grapefruit. It gets to that point in which it reaches its maximum size and maximum brightness. And then I'm going to try to show you this. These are different meridians that are in your hands. You want to try to interweave your fingers like this. You see that? And I want you to physically cup that orb and pull it up to your heart space. This includes your spiritual heart, your physical heart, and your heart chakra. Breathe at least 3 more times and allow that energy to stabilize in your heart, in the center of your being. Now with the next breath, please listen. This is important. You want to breathe in and imagine that the brightness actually becomes the color of lightning. Now, anyone that has ever watched a lightning storm during the daytime knows that it's so bright that there is no shadow. It burns off all residual negative energy and shadows. It's just that intense. Okay. Now, stabilize that with 2 or 3 more breaths. Imagine it's just that intense in light. The next step is that when you breathe in a little extra deeper and blow out through your mouth forcefully. And when you do that, imagine the orb pushing out of your physical body, out past your aura and energy bodies to a complete shell, almost like an eggshell. Have you ever tried to break an egg? It is with your bare hands. It's so strong that it's almost impossible to do. So you can imagine that this orb is now surrounding you and has the strength that nothing can get through it. So do that now. Just, and it completely expands and surrounds you. Out to about 6 or 7 feet, at least. Now, the next step is, as you're continuing to breathe and stabilize where that beautiful orb is surrounding you, you can just feel the comfort of whatever nurturing that feels important to you, whether it's your mother or just that closeness, just kind of a fluffy white cloud, just beautiful, energetic feeling. Being hugged and loved and nurtured type of feeling. Just allow that energy to flow and understand that it's all for you. Now take notice that above this orb that is now surrounding you is a beautiful vessel that is pouring out a mirror-like substance that just evenly flows around the orb, and it spreads out evenly. And when you look at it, it's a mirror substance. I don't know if you've ever experienced a one-way mirror, but you can look out, but nothing can look in. When you look at it, it's just a mirror, but when you're on the other side, you can look through it just like you're looking through a pane of glass. And so when you're looking through it, that's exactly what it is. So now, through your intention, understand and say to yourself that I intend that any negative entity, darkness, or energy that comes to me is being reflected to its place of origin in love and compassion from me. In other words, you're taking that energy and you're transmuting it into love and compassion. That way you're completely protected. So just imagine you're in this protective little place, your own private space. How awesome is that? Now, what I was saying before about people that want to draw their energy in and protect themselves, this is the mistake that is commonly made. And I completely understand it, because in the beginning I did that as well. Until one of my teachers told me that when you do that, it's just like unforgiveness. You're holding on to everything, including all that negative residual energy that you pick up on every day. So by doing this exercise, this meditation, and protecting yourself, the next step is, because and I'm going to love to do this. I want to do this in a future video and to show you physically in a physical video on how we can contract and expand our energy. It's really cool to watch, and it's fun to do. So I just gotta find somebody to help me do it. But your energy field can go out at least 60 feet in circumference, completely around you, head to toe, side to side, whatever. So the next time you feel that this energy, a dark energy or whatever, is coming towards you, but now you've done this meditation, it's reflecting back, but you can still feel it, then you can just say, you know what, and this is the next step. I open my heart. The center, the core of this white lightning orb is still within me. And I'm not pulling it back in. I'm expanding it out with even more fervor, more tenacity, more energy. And people are going to feel it. And they're going to know it. So if somebody gets angry with you and belligerent and they run off, and you know that they're not in a good space and they need to go take care of themselves. But for you, you're right where you need to be. Because then you're going to find out that there's going to be more people that are resonating with your energy. And they're going to come to you like you're a long-lost friend. That's what I love about this. So think of it kind of like a game, It's fun that way. Things are always working out for us on our behalf. As long as we completely give out that energy. Like I said, you also have to be able to face your fears and go into your own shadow. And we'll talk about that sometime in the future, I'm sure. But these are the basics that I use on a daily basis. And I know when I don't, because my day sucks, and then I have to do this. So I'm hoping that this is a big help to you guys. I love all of you. Just consider this a free gift that I'm giving to you, because I want to see everybody do well. And whether it's on my YouTube page, John Red Eagle Bailey, or whether it's on my business page, John Red Eagle Psychic Holistic Healer, or whether it's here in the Conscious Community Center, I always end with Namaste and Dare to Dream. Thank you. Have an awesome day.